You know the word. You've known it for years. And then someone asks you a simple question and your mind goes home, back to your language. By the time it comes back with the English, the conversation has already moved on without you. That is not a bad habit, my friend. It's not laziness, and it's not a sign that you don't know enough English. You see, your mind goes back to your language because your language is full. You have faces, you have kitchens, streets you walked on as a child, the smell of someone's house. When you think in your language, you're not searching for words. You're standing inside a world, and the words are already hanging on things that you can see. Now look at your English. Right now, it's probably just a list, words with no rooms behind them. And when your mind walks into that empty room and finds nothing to look at, of course it leaves. That's not a flaw, though. That's what a mind does. So here's the shift. You are not trying to think faster in English. You are trying to give your mind, you, my friend, your mind somewhere to stand. Because you never translate what's actually in front of you. Look at your own hands right now. You don't translate them, you just see them. You see, translation only happens when you are searching. And you only search when there's nothing there. Fluent speakers aren't faster than you. They're just not searching. They're describing something they can already see. Today, I'll show you how to build that in 6 simple steps using one photograph so you can do it yourself. Are you ready? Well then, let's jump right in. Part number 1 is all about building your visual world. You see, a visual world is one topic made completely real in your mind. Earlier, I mentioned how you can hold your hands up and you can see them. Whatever the topic is, you want to be able to see it for real in your mind. You don't want to have a list of vocabulary words or a list of expressions that describe the topic. Instead, you need a place with people. You need weather or objects, sounds, feelings that are all connected to this world. Remember, this is what is happening in your mind already when it comes to your mother tongue. You see, when the world exists in your brain, English stops being a test and becomes a description. You're no longer trying to pass the test and check off something. No, you're just describing what already exists in your brain. You never translate what's in front of you. You only name it. So what are these 6 steps? Step number 1. Step number 1 for you to create this world is for you to choose your topic. Now, one narrow topic, not an entire category. In order for you to properly build the world, you have to start with a specific topic. Narrow it down in order to make it visual. Now, the question you're probably asking yourself is, Teacher Tiffani, how is this going to break the translation that I've been doing so long in my head? You see, narrowing the topic and starting with this narrow topic to build this world in your mind helps you because a wide topic has no picture. So your mind reaches for your language in order to organize it. When you have a broad topic, you have to default to your language because there are many different worlds already in your mind connected to that topic. Now, a narrow topic can be seen, and seeing automatically removes the reason you had in the past to translate. So one small world beats a large empty one every time. We have to start with the small world. So how can we practically apply step number 1? Let's say your topic, our narrow topic, our specific topic is travel. Notice that Travel alone, it's still a little too wide because it has no picture yet. Our topic is travel, but we must go deeper. Let's narrow it to a specific travel moment. Let's say arriving somewhere new, but you're alone and you have your bag still in your hand. Now we've gone from this broader topic of travel and we've went deeper for step one. We now are speaking about arriving somewhere new. You're starting to picture it already, aren't you? You're arriving somewhere new, a new country, a new place, but you're by yourself. You still have your bag in your hand. Step one, choose your topic, narrow it down, get specific. This now moves us to step number two. We have to find an actual image, literally, an actual photo. Put that photo on your screen, whether it be your cell phone screen, your computer, your iPad, your tablet, whatever it is, put it in front of you. Find an image, a photograph that matches this topic, this specific topic, this world you are trying to create. Keep the image visible throughout every step that follows. These 6 steps that we're looking at, keep the image in front of you. Now, why does this break the translation? Step one, you understood why it broke the translation, but why is an image so important? You see, an image breaks the translation because translation, my friend, happens in the dark when the mind is searching. The mind can't find what it's looking for, so it's in the dark. But when you have an image, the mind, the brain has something to focus on. Your brain is amazing. The photo, the photograph, the image, the picture ends the search. The answer is already in front of your eyes. You're giving your brain a world to look at. You've picked the topic, traveling alone to a new place. You have your luggage in hand. You have the image. You can't translate a room you're not standing in. So, practical application. In step number one, remember we said, okay, traveling alone, a new place, and we have our luggage in hand. So let's get our image. Our image is of a man. He's standing alone, walking down a street. We see this man in our image. All of a sudden, it becomes just a bit more real because we have this image. Now, the man is standing on this wide street. We see this wide street that the man is standing on. He has his suitcase with him, just like we described in step number one. Now we have an image to match this world that we are creating. But what else do we see? We see that this man has a backpack on. Again, we are building this world in our mind. Why? In order to stop translating, we have to create this world in our mind. Look at the trees that line the street that this man is on. We are building this world in our mind because we have the picture right in front of us. So we have this picture of a man walking alone. Again, this is the photo that will help us as we move throughout the remaining 4 steps. Step number 2, again, we have to find the image, and we have our image. Now we move to step number 3. 3 vocabulary words from the image. We have our image. We see the man. He's walking. He's alone. He's gotten to this new location. He has his luggage. Now, you see, only words can you find in the world. You can only find words that describe your world, the world found in this photo. We want to point to these things. We want to name them. What are we seeing? We don't just want random words. The words must be connected to our world that we're looking at right now in this image. Why does this break translation? Why does this help you stop translating into your mother tongue? Well, you see, the word attaches to the object, not a word in your language. Listen closely. The word now is going to attach itself to something that you are seeing, as opposed to another word from your mother tongue that was living in your brain already. So now there's no middle step. Your eye goes to the English directly, not to your mother language that's in your brain. You see, these words stop being vocabulary and now start being labels on your world. So let's go back now to the image that represents our world for this example. Travel, specifically this individual traveling alone with his luggage. He's just arrived. So what word can we select? We want to select 3, but what 3 words can we select? Now we're looking at this image, and what do we see? I notice where the man is walking. Let's say, for example, these were cobblestones. So now we have a word to describe where he's walking. Cobblestone. The wide, uneven stone paving under his feet. Again, we have our image, and we're imagining that he's walking on cobblestone. So our first vocabulary word attached to the image could be cobblestone. Now, what about a second word? Again, looking at our image of this man as he is walking on this street, something else we notice dealing with the trees. Look how the trees are surrounding the street as he's walking. The word we can select is canopy. Canopy. Now, canopy is the layer of tree branches arching over the street. They're creating this canopy. Now, there's an image connected to the word canopy because we're creating a world in our mind. You got it, right? And what about our third term? Again, this is step 3. We have to get words to describe the world we are creating. Well, the third word we can choose is, looking at this image, I see that on the right and the left side, there are some shops. We can say storefront. Again, as this man is walking down the street, he is traveling. There are storefronts. The shop faces running along both sides of the road. In our world, our visual world, we can see the storefronts that are lining the road as he is walking. Storefront. So we have cobblestone, we have canopy, we have storefront, the terms that describe our world. Step 3, again, describing our world with 3 vocabulary words, which leads us now to step number 4. Now we need 3 expressions from the image. We have our vocabulary words, but now we need 3 expressions, not single words. The phrases a person uses inside of their word, the phrases that native speakers use on a regular basis, we need these phrases, and we need to use this image. The world we are focusing on. What expressions would an individual living in this world actually use? Expressions, you see, carry the feeling of the place, not just the objects. So this man traveling alone, this new place, walking with his luggage, what expressions would he use in this world? We're talking about stopping the translation step, the habit that has been a part of your life. Now, why would this bring the translation? Why would this help you stop translating? By finding the expression that this individual would use in this world. You see, expressions don't survive translation. They only make sense inside of the scene that we're looking at. It's not that it's going to save you from translation. You are connecting them now to this world. Learning an expression. Learning expressions here means learning them whole, never in 2 languages at once. You're learning them connected to a world, not separated from the world. Your world now has a voice, not just objects. You have a voice. So if we're looking at our image that represents our world and we're looking at this individual, we can see that he is looking down and he is thinking. So what expression could describe what's happening? The expression is get my bearings. This man has just arrived and he's walking on this street. So maybe he's thinking to himself, I need to get my bearings. This is what he's doing right now. He's working out where he is, where he has to go. The expression is get my bearings. I'm trying to find out where I need to go. You see what's happening in your brain as well. As you're hearing the terms, you're connecting them to this world because we have an image. Get my bearings. What about the next expression? Look again where this man is walking. This doesn't look like a crowded street. Yes, there are people on the street. We see them right there, but it doesn't look like a crowded street. It looks quite quiet, actually. So we can say, he is off the beaten path. This man who is traveling alone, this is the world we're looking at, holding his suitcase, thinking to himself, I need to get my bearings straight. I am off the beaten path, this quiet street, not the main tourist road. We don't see a lot of tourists on this road. He is off the beaten path. Then, as we look at this image for this man, we can see that maybe the next thing he'll do is start to look up. Start to look around at the beautiful trees. Start to look up at the buildings around him and the sky. He might finally take it all in. The moment he finally looks up, he's getting his bearings straight. He's off the beaten path, but when he pauses and looks up and looks around, he starts to take it all in. That's the moment he finally looks up. These are the three expressions that we have gotten from this image, this world that we're in. Get my bearings, off the beaten path, and take it all in. Step number 4 is all about finding 3 expressions from the image we selected from the world we are creating in our minds, which leads us to step number 5. Now we need 3 sentences describing the image. This image that has become our world about this traveling person walking down the street, holding his luggage with his backpack. Now we need 3 sentences to describe the image. We're going to look. We're going to describe it. No preparation, no perfect sentences. This is where the world starts moving. Remember, the goal is to stop translating. So in the moment, don't try to edit your English, just let it flow. Why does this also break the translation habit? You see, description responds to what's there, what's actually in front of you. So it can't be prepared in your language first. This is one thing that causes some issues when you are speaking. You're trying to prepare ahead of time and then something happens or comes up that you didn't prepare for. Your eyes lead. With this method, your eyes now lead and the English simply follows. Your eyes see a world and your English follows what it's seeing. The habit now shifts from finding language to simply using the language. So, if we are looking now at our young man, our world that we've been looking at, and we want to describe it using 3 sentences, this is how we can describe this image right in front of us. He's dragging a pale blue suitcase across the cobblestone, and the wheels are making the only sound on the street. Second sentence. The trees form a canopy over him, so the whole street feels shaded and still. And finally, his head is down. He's trying to get his bearings before he decides which way to go. We are describing this world that's based on the traveling man with his blue suitcase, his backpack, walking down this quiet street. Step 5 is 3 sentences describing the image, the world that we've been diving into. This leads us now to step number 6. Step number 6 is tell the story. You see, the image that we've been looking at has now become a moment, not a picture. It's a moment in time. We can almost feel what this man is feeling as he's walking down this cobblestone street with his luggage. It's now become a moment, a world that we're able to live in. So for step 6, we have to tell the story, but there are required elements. In order to tell a story, you need to have the who, which represents the characters, the what, what's happening, the when, the time that it's happening, the where, the place that it's happening, the why, what drove it, what caused it, the climax, which is the turn, the moment everything changes, and the lesson, what it left behind. What do we learn from this story? You need to tell it out loud, looking at the image. This image has become our world. So why does telling a story break the translation habit that you've been experiencing? You see, the story pulls you inside the world, and you can't translate from a place you're standing in. You are inside of the world. This has become your reality, so you don't translate it because you are actually seeing it in front of you in your mind. Now your attention moves now to what happens next, not to what word comes next. Listen to me. Now your focus is on what's going to happen instead of what word should I be using. You're living inside of the world. And finally, why this breaks translation? Speed stops being the goal. As an English learner, so many times you're focused on, I have to get this out quickly. No, speed is no longer your goal. Presence, being present in the moment, that takes over, and speed will follow on its own. So how can we practically apply this to our world, what we've been diving into? Well, who is this? A man with a backpack and a blue suitcase. The shopkeeper who will speak to him that's also on the road. What is he doing? He's looking for the guest house he booked, and the address is on his phone, but it doesn't match anything on the street. When is this happening? Well, looking at the sky, it's late morning before the shops are fully open. Where is it? It's a quiet stone street lined with trees and storefronts off the beaten path. Why? You see, he wanted to stay somewhere real, not near the tourist center. What's the climax? He finally looks up from his phone, and a woman sweeping her storefront points at the building directly behind him. Finally, he's found it. What's the lesson? He's been so busy searching that he stopped seeing where he already was. This is what you would do with that information. You would tell the story about this image out loud in English while looking at the photo. I just gave you the pieces, but you would tell the story. This is step 6. Tell the story. Remember, you don't have to translate anymore. And the fastest way to think directly in English is simply by creating the world in your mind. One topic, one image, 6 steps. Today, build your world. If you'd like to keep studying with me and you are ready to improve your English even more, join our family by coming to the 365-day English Fluency System. The link is in the description, and I'll talk to you in the next lesson.